Good evening, friends. Hello, hello. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, aka Agent 54 with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. And this is Cosmic Connections. And wow, today, this is hard to even wrap my mind around it. It's only the first week of 2026. Does anyone else feel, question of the night, does anyone else feel like they've lived a month in a week? Hasn't this been a very new year in the matter of 1 7-day span? I know I have. I'm like, my head's spinning. There's so much going on. Not just out there. Sometimes I just ignore the out there, although there's a lot of stuff going on out there in the big geopolitical scene. But suffice to say, we called it when we knew that the full moon of the third was on top of the United States of America, thrown into the world stage for better or for worse. 13 degrees of Cancer, which is the Sabian symbol of a man, is looking into the dark recesses of the northeast sky. So that was the full moon cycle, but we're going to be talking about the last quarter cycle tonight, what we can do to edit, to create a stronger template in our lives, wherever you find that Sagittarius energy that's been unfolding this particular phase. And I'm going to touch on the Venus star point now. Before I say another word, please grab your keyboard and go to the Cosmic Intelligence Agency and read all you can read about the Venus star point. It's an incredible event that happened yesterday at, again, Eastern time, which was 11:36 a.m. in the morning. And that holds some goodies and some hope and some positivity going forward. So there's that chart I want to talk about. And I also want to talk about the chart that's coming up for this weekend when we look at the quarter cycle. So a lot to cover tonight. Catching my breath. I mean, yeah, that's 2026. Okay. And then we have the new moon to talk about next week. All right. But we're going to focus on the first 7 days of 2026. Again, if I haven't had a chance to tell you, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It's going to be a wallop of a new year, that's for sure. Let's take a look at some of the comments here. Hi, Patricia, you and Paula and Donna. Good evening. Oh, good, Donna, you're coming live. Oh, yeah, I might as well mention that. My very popular year ahead classes were initiated on the 2nd of January. And I'm having one tomorrow night. So all the details are on my website. Or you can just text me if you want to come. Tomorrow night it's Zoom at 7 p.m. It's the year ahead, and I have 90 slides. I can't even do justice to what's happening in 2026. But 90 slides are, an approximation. Everyone who attends gets a little personal attention about how the new year affects you. And that's on Thursday, tomorrow night, the 8th at 7 p.m. Zoom, so you all can join. Just go to my website, text me, I'll get you in the class. And then Friday, I'm going to be in person at the Amherst Community Church on Washington Highway, 55 Washington Highway. You're very invited to come in if you're coming in from the local area. And that's Friday night at 6:30, a little subtle difference in time. We start at 6:30. And we'll get to breathe the same air because it's a live event with warm-blooded people breathing together. Then my last opportunity will be on Sunday, right before the Bills game. Oh, we have to make mention of that. Right before the Bills line up with the Jaguars. So that takes place on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So that's Zoom, and I will be providing the slides and the commentary for you for those 3 more opportunities. It must be all that stress in my life. My hair is growing. Hi there, Yvonne. Thanks for commenting, Sherry. Hi, Candy. Yes, we're going to be doing messages tonight like we always do. Hi, Anne-Marie. Good evening. Have an amazing year to you. Amazing year to all of you. Candy and Anne-Marie and Paula and Diane and Debbie and Jerry and Donna. I know a lot of people are listening, but they're not putting their name up there. That's okay. That's cool. Big hugs to everybody. Hi, Marie. Hello. Nice to see you. So let's get on with the show. And I'll bring in, again, I can't say enough. I think I put it in the first page of our time together to check out the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, anything they have with the beautiful star points. So let's do our slideshow. So the slideshow. This is the Sabian symbol. No worries. We don't have to take our clothes off, ladies. Okay. That's the Sabian symbol for 16 degrees of Capricorn, and we always round it up to 17. What's a Venus star point? Please check out the offerings on the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. They have tons of articles and beautiful things, and you can join the Cosmic Intelligence Agency and become a member and get all these fabulous forays into astrology. But a simple explanation is that a Venus star point occurs when the sun and Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, values, and money, come together, and they're in the same declination as each other. It's called a Venus star point. Venus orbits the sun, and as she orbits, she creates a beautiful star. It really looks like, if you put in the dots, either a flower, a 5-pointed star, and it takes about 8 years for this cycle to emerge, because Venus, like all the major planets, retrogrades, but the pace or the pulse of the Venus orbit looks like a star. And when it comes up to the sun, what's the sun? The sun's a star, and the sun illuminates love, beauty, socialization, and money. So here's a little technique. You want to go where 16 degrees of Capricorn is shining in your chart, because that offers a gift that's been an ongoing storyline, a story, a narrative in that area of your life. And that area of your life, whether it's 4th house, home and family, or 2nd house, money and values, is being activated this week. It occurred, the Venus star point, literally, again, yesterday, 11:36 in the morning. Now, the Sabian symbol for this particular degree is a repressed woman finds release through nudism. There's different variations of the Sabian symbol, but that's a word picture that relates to that degree. And we can interpret it in many ways. One way of interpreting, of course, is that who are you when no one's looking? Who are you when you're not in front of social media, when you're not talking to anybody, when you're in the privacy of your own space? Who are you? You're your natural, authentic self. And the word authentic is repeated all the time where we find Capricorn. Remember, Capricorn is the sign of the authority, where you are the author of your own life. So authenticity is being called upon with this Venus star point. One is nothing or no one unless they're real. And so the Venus star point is begging this question: where are you being real when you identify what you want? That's Venus, what I want, my desires, my heart's desires. And then, again, I'm referencing the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, fabulous articles. I have one of them that Julia Simmons had written. It's on my Facebook page, and it will take you to the website. Mars is a part of this whole storyline, friends. Mars is action. Mars is the yan points in our charts, right? It's action, it's sexuality, it's anger, it's push, and it's next to Venus and the sun. So we're really pushing us to take action where we find Capricorn. And meanwhile, Venus star point is opposite Jupiter. Jupiter is retrograde. Jupiter retrograde means we're like chomping at the bit to release some things in our lives and to have some confidence and to have some bounty and to have some blessings in our lives. But we can touch it, we can see it, we can feel it, but it's not quite here yet. And then when Jupiter goes direct, something's launched, and that's around the 11th of March. Okay, so this is the Venus star point, and I'll be bringing in a lot of the same types of descriptions to our lunation of the week. The lunation of the week takes place on Sunday. No, this is on Sunday. Please stop talking so fast, Cassandra. The lunation takes place Saturday the 10th, Eastern Time, at 10:48 in the morning. That's when the sun and the moon form an angle that looks like the half moon in the sky. But this 90-degree angle is begging the question, I need to take action. I need to do a new template. But what's interesting about this lunation on the weekend, beginning on Saturday, is that it forms a box. It's also called a cardinal cross. So when we have the 4 points of the cardinal signs, right? We've got the sun in Capricorn. We've got the moon in Libra, 20 degrees. We've got Jupiter in Cancer opposite the sun. And then we have Chiron in Aries. It's begging this question. What area in my life do I need to heal in order to form a new template, a new grounding of my resolution, as it were, my New Year's resolution? What do I want to accomplish in this world? What do I want to ground? And I am so eager to get going on my plans and my ambitions and my goals. But I'm kind of stuck because Jupiter is still retrograde. But I can think, dream, and strategize. Capricorn loves a good strategy. Do a business plan for yourself, right? And say, this is what I want to accomplish in 2026. This is what I want to accomplish this month. So this particular Grand Cross is helping us individually push our cardinal agenda. The cardinal signs I mentioned, Libra, Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, they're all being activated. So it's not just one sign. They're working as a tandem. They're working in orbit, and they're pushing us. My suggestion is you might be feeling a little frustration, right? With this particular lunation, we might be saying, man, things aren't going fast enough. I want this, I want that. I have some obstacles, I have some blockages. Well, those obstacles and those blockages are testing your resolve, because the trigger, of course, is Capricorn. And Capricorn is the old goat that's climbing up that mountain with determination and fortitude, one step at a time. So I'm going to say that the energy this January, especially peaking on this weekend, is trust the process while you're making a strategic plan. And the focus, my friends, is on 20 degrees of Libra. That's the emotional focus. Where are your emotions? Where do you want to balance something in your life? Where do you want to create a relationship with others? You want everybody to get along. You want everybody to feel good. You want balance. You want beauty. You want fairness in your own home, in your own state, in your own country, your own universe. You want fairness. That's the call of the moon in Libra. But you might get a little frustrated. So do what you can to do this. There's a Sabian symbol. A Sunday crowd is enjoying the beach. Incubate your plans. Don't worry about them actually manifesting in this moment, but incubate, trust the process, do your due diligence, and know that you're creating something, even if it's in your mind or in your solar plexus. Like, I really want this. So don't get too frustrated because things are going slower than you'd like with your, lack of a better word, your New Year's resolution, what you want to accomplish. But ultimately, the focus is through the moon, through the emotions, taking place on Saturday morning. I hope that makes sense. Okay, Ryan, I'll be lucky if my Christmas tree is down by Valentine's Day. I am not going to stress about it. Kaboom, right? Joni, you're really feeling this. Hi, Carol. Thanks for being here. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Karen. Thank you very much for being here tonight. And Jojo, hello. You want a UFO. You know what, Ryan? Of all the people on the planet, I think you can achieve that goal and that aim. Uh, 16 degrees is your 11th house. Okay, touching the world. 11th house is the world. Audra, hello. Many blessings to you, my dear. Hi, Heather. Hey, Debbie. Hi there. Hi, Karen. Hello. An early sixth house gift. Your boss announces that she's retiring. Is she watching right now, Ryan? Do you think she's watching the astrology? Is that a good thing that your boss is retiring? I think it is for you, right? So big blessings, everybody. Hi, Christy. Hi, Marie, Claude. Oh, thank you, Patricia. She's giving me a shout out for the class ahead. And don't worry, Patricia, you're going to be getting more handouts. I love doing handouts. So anyway, again, bills are in Jacksonville. Yes, they are, Heather. Oh, my daughter and I got to see them. We were breathing the same air on Sunday. That was really fun. A very nostalgic game. Lynn, thanks for being here. Marianne, thanks for being here. And go Bills, go Bills, go Bills. Bills reflects the Buffalo area, and the Buffalo area is a Capricorn moon. Never forget that. And that Capricorn moon of Buffalo City falls in the house of sports. Do you think Buffalo loves its sports teams? Let's take a look at the week ahead, starting really peaking on Saturday, and then next week on Wednesday, we'll talk about the new moon. So if you are an Aries or an Aries rising, this lunation is about your partner. You may be asking questions about your partner, wondering about your partner, saying to yourself, I want a partner. You have a partner. I wish my partner would be more partner-like. Okay, so Aries are very focused on relationship this week. Taurus is very focused on their work, their health, self-improvement, being the best they can be. So look at your health habits, Taurus or Taurus rising, and make a plan. And again, a strategic plan for better health and better working conditions. For Gemini or Gemini rising, have fun. This particular lunation is activating your creativity, your joy, your self-expression, and put a little dabble of romance in there. Do something that really makes your heart sing this week. Gemini. For Cancer, this energy is activating your house of home. House of home can mean remodeling, in some case, taking the Christmas tree down, cleaning, or maybe just developing a better vibration with your family. All right, just doing some forgiveness work, because remember, this grand square is also including Chiron. And who do we have to forgive most of all? Is the people that raised us, or the people that we've created families for. Forgiveness, unfettered forgiveness with this grand cross. Leo or Leo rising, get your word out, get your emotions going, and speak your truth. This is activating your communication and your relationship with time. Your relationship with your time management skills. You might be changing up your patterns a little bit this week, Leo. For Virgo, it's all about your self-worth and your value, and saying to yourself, I really would like to be a little bit more mindful of what I need to do to become more in love with myself. That's a good one. All right, Libra, the focus is on you. Where you find Libra in your chart, Libra rising, Libra sun sign. This is your lunation this week. Find balance, find relationship, find love. Scorpio, it's all about you taking some time out, resting, recovering, retreating, all those RE words this weekend. For Sagittarius, get out and find your friends, find your buddies, have a good time, socialize. Capricorn, the focus is on you strategically planning your career, your ability to lead in the outer world. If you're not working, there's always community service, Capricorn. Aquarius, it's all about you wanting to take an expansive trip, maybe travel a little bit, plan a trip, or plan some sort of creative project, write, teach, expand your life in some ways. For our beautiful Pisces friends, look at the money. Look at the money you're saving. Look at the money you're managing. Clear out some debt. Start making some savings plans, whatever that might mean for you, Pisces. Take care of the finances. So there you have it. All right, dear friends, let's do some spiritual work, shall we? Okay, and how I do that is I just randomly use my fingers to pick a couple of people. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words to be filled with love, light, truth, inspiration, and healing with highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. And I'm with Debbie O. Strickler. Debbie. Oh, I'm sorry. I got my thumb went to Debbie. Where are you, Debbie? Okay. Well, Debbie, I want to give you a reading if you're still here. Yeah, Debbie O. Stricker. And go Bills. I didn't pick you just because you had to go Bills. My thumb went there, dear. And okay. So I'm going to give you a reading. Debbie, as I'm tuning into your energy, I'm getting a father or a father figure who's coming in from spirit. I think it's a father. Could be a father-in-law. But he is commending you for being, this is interesting. He was a very emotional person, but he wasn't outwardly emotional, or he would hide his feelings, keep them very tucked inside. But when he did express himself, it was always authentic. And what he's saying to you is how proud he is that you are not being carried away by your emotions. In other words, he's talking about when you were young. I mean, who isn't emotional when they're young and hormonal? I don't know. I'm just saying. But he's saying he's very proud of the way that you've been more stoic in 2025 with all of the extra demands on your time and your attention with friends and family. And you've been, keeping stoic, keeping balance is the word. And he wants to congratulate you for that, because it was easier for him. And he's saying a sexist thing, but he's saying, because I was a man, men aren't supposed to show the feelings, but he would show the feelings with you. So he's talking a lot about feelings and how feelings are ways to water our lives. He's a little philosophical, this guy. And he's saying that it's okay to take your feelings and identify with them in the upcoming year, and saying, I've been wanting something for a very long time to work out in my life, and that use your feelings to motivate and move you through the obstacles to achieve. And he's showing me a big circle around April. That something's on tap for Debbie in April. I'm just the messenger, Debbie. Please give me some feedback. But he's coming in with a lot of love and a lot of camaraderie with you. That he's someone who's always in the background helping you. Does that make sense, Deb? Okay. I'm going to do another read. I'm now with Lynn Militello K. Kruzka. I need to hear your voice, so I'm not massacring the pronunciation of your name, but let me give you a reading, Lynn, please. All right, Lynn, as I'm tuning in with you tonight, I want to say that there's been a little concern that you've had about yourself regarding some mobility or some little aches or pains that seem to be out of the ordinary, but you're addressing it and you're dealing with it and you're stretching more. I get self-care with you with huge explanation points in 2026. And you're making yourself more of a priority, but it has to do with movement, whether that means exercise or walking or stretching. And I don't know if you are artistic with color. And artistic with color could be looking into a room and saying, I want to repaint that. You have an eye for color. And it's been, I think, demonstrated with the way that you have decorated or taken care of your home over the years in many ways. But I'm getting the word color, artistic and creative, you might be taking up some form of artistry and painting. That might be in the back of your mind. Could I even do that? And I'm getting with you tonight an interest or maybe an appreciation for, I want to say, the impressionist artists of the late 19th century. Your Renoir, Monet, those types of painters. So don't be surprised if you take up painting this year. And one more thing for you. It feels as though you're feeling more comfortable with how things are going into a pattern with your finances after a very long period of working hard on that in your life with your partner. So please give me some feedback. Okay. All right. There you go. And I want to follow up with Deb's comments. I'm glad your father came through because he was just talking about, having these emotions, but not having the freedom to communicate them. So he's communicating that with you tonight. All right. Tracy and Kat and Celestine, thank you for being here tonight. Jojo and Jerry and Diane and Cindy and Debbie and Lynn and Paula, Heather. Big hugs to you all. Happy New Year to you all. I appreciate you. And next week, we'll be talking about the new moon. And this new moon is going to be in Capricorn at the last days of the Capricorn cycle. So happy New Year and stay well, stay happy, and check out the year ahead. I'll be doing that 3 more times. Many blessings. Bye-bye.